Today we are going to work on, there we go. We are going to work on leave it. So, leave it is when we pass something in the street or pass something in the house and we don't want Bonnie to put it in her mouth. So it can be anything from toys that belong to our children, or it can be food that they're not supposed to have, whether it's grapes or chocolate, anything like that. So things we basically don't want Bonnie to get and put in her mouth. So leave it is before she gets it in her mouth. When she gets it in her mouth, we have to use drop it. So I've got some fun little toys I'm going to put down on the ground. And I've got Bonnie on her leash, and we're going to practice walking back and forth. I'm just going to tell her to leave it. And I'm going to give her leash a little jiggle when she goes after it. As soon as she turns away from it and leaves it, that's when she gets her treat. All right, come on, Bonnie. Good girl. Let's go and walk, yeah? Come on, let's go and walk. Oh, leave it. Good, leave it. Good, leave it. Good girl. So I just give her leash a little jiggle. I say, leave it. You can give that little no noise as well, and it works a lot. Come on, let's go for a walk. Good girl. Leave it, leave it. Oh, so I'm going to let her put this one in her mouth. No? You don't want to put that one in your mouth? We can practice to drop it. No? Okay, leave it. Leave it. Good, leave it, Bonnie. Good girl. So this is right before, as she's sniffing whatever object we don't want her to have. Just give the leash a little jiggle. Tell her to leave it. And then as soon as she walks away or loses interest, that's when she gets the treat. Now if she gets it in her mouth, we've got to do the drop it. Put the treat in front of her nose. Tell her to drop it. Oh. Good. Bonnie. Good girl. Good girl. So she's trying to pull some fluff out of one of them. Good girl. Leave it. Leave it. Good. Leave it, Bonnie. Good. Leave it. Good job. So if she does get it in her mouth, take the treat, rub it in front of her nose, tell her to drop it. You can even pull on the object a little bit. As soon as she lets go, that's when she gets the treat. Good, drop it. So come on, let's go walk. Let's check out some of this fun stuff, yeah? Good. Leave it. Good, leave it, Bonnie. Good girl. Come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going on the rock. Good job. So I'm going to make it a little bit harder for her, and I'm going to add some smelly leave-its that she's going to have to not have. So here we go. I'm going to drop it. Leave it. Leave it. And this one's hard. Leave it. Fine. Leave it. Good. Leave it. Good job. And when we tell Bonnie to leave something, that means forever, so she doesn't get to go pick it up. Good girl. Good. Leave it. Yes, that was a good girl. Good job. Let's keep walking. Good girl. I know that smelly one was hard, huh? Good. Now the leave it is best done on the leash when you're learning. That way Bonnie kind of gets the idea that when you give the tug and say the word, it's kind of like you're not supposed to have that. Come on. So the good thing is to practice with the leash when you're beginning. After a while, as soon as you say leave it, she's going to be able to kind of get the hint that she's not supposed to go over and check it out. But it's going to be a lot harder without the leash. So practice with the leash, at least for the first little bit. Come on. Let's go on. Come on. No, you don't want to check that one out? What about that one? Come on. Leave it. Leave it. Come here. Good girl. Good girl, Bonnie. Good job. So this one can be really important, whether you have, your in-laws or your grandparents or anything like that staying with you. If they do drop something like medication or even grapes, can be really, really harmful for our dogs. So we want to make sure that they know how to leave it and that they know how to drop it. So with the leave it, remember you want to give their leash a little jiggle. Say use the no word, no noise, and then tell them to leave it. Good girl. And then if they do get it in their mouth, use the drop it. Put the treat under their nose, let them smell it. Tell them to drop it. If you have to, pull a little bit on the object. As soon as they drop it, they get that treat and lots of love and affection. Good girl. Yeah. All right, so this was Stephanie and Bonnie, and we were working on our Leave It and reviewing Drop It a little bit.